let's play charades for a few moments. Try to guess who I am. If you couldn't guess by now, I'm Russian. That's the topic of today's game. Now, we're all aware that Russia is very easy to pick on, but they're scary, so I'm not gonna do that much further. I've heard stories about this game before. It was supposed to be like this brand new open world survival sandbox, whatever, kind of on the same aspect as The Forest. However, I heard that the game didn't do too well, and I heard it's got really bad reviews. So what did I do? I downloaded it last night. So why don't you and I go ahead and march together through this triumphant, yet very, very delicately thin ice.
All right, V.O.D.K.A open world survival shooter. I'm kind of over... Oh, it was made in Unity.
Right off the bat, I already knew that this game was going to be a problem because there's only 2 options on the menu. If you can even call this a main menu, it's the most minimalistic, boring main menu I've ever seen in my life.
Wow, what a really shitty main menu.
Rather than having an options menu like most games do, this game decided to put the controls immediately at the start of the game. And I mean the second you start the game. You're greeted with supplies such as a shotgun and an AK-47 that don't really do diddly dick. If you've played literally any other video game before, you would know at this point that looting can be done in a very great way. This game has a poor mechanic with looting. You have to painstakingly click and drag each item to an individual box. There is no auto-moving items. Also, what kind of loot is this? I know that it's the beginning of the game and they're trying to give some sort of advantage to the player, but 2 medkits and 1 magazine? That's it?
That is... wow. This inventory. Okay. How do I describe this?
2 seconds into the game, I discovered a crusher anomaly from Stalker.
Are these supposed to be anomalies, I assume, from like Stalker? Rip-offs? What kind of pathetic sprint is this?
I mean, come on, you call this the sprint? I'm really not trying to nitpick here. If you call this a sprint, you have no chance of outrunning your enemies. You'd have better luck trying to scrape a tiny piece of rice out of an electrical outlet with a fork.
Ah! That is loud!
Speaking of enemies, the game immediately throws a couple of these zombies, or husks, or I don't know, maybe it's the greased up deaf guy, drink too much Red Bull. Regardless, they're way too easy to kill because they just charge you head on like fucking morons.
What does this have to do with Russia? Because so far there's like absolutely no reason for this to be called vodka. Like... look at all this loot I'm getting. It doesn't even seem like there's really a point. It's the bare minimum. Like, why would I even want a sniper for a map like this that I know for a fact is not that big? Can I shoot that? Nothing happens. And this run is extremely pathetic.
You'll notice I didn't even begin to talk about the hunger or thirst. That's because I didn't realize how big of a deal they were until I took a look away for 2 seconds and noticed I was about to die. As far as I know, there's only 1 spot you can get water, and I've never found food.
Drinking. Drinking, it says. There's no animation. This is like... this just really makes you... wow, holy fuck, that's a big scar. I guess I'll take it. I mean, there's no point in finding loot. All of the loot is pre-spawned. So, like, it's not like everything's RNG, you know? Once you spawn, you have the same weapons as any other player would.
Then, just seconds after, there's already some asshole shooting at me. I saw this symbol and didn't know what the hell it meant.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh, I'm being shot.
I had 0 chance to defend myself. I have no clue how many enemies are spawned there, but I know that they are insanely accurate, to the point where it's unfair. And yes, every single time you die, you have to go all the way back to the beginning. Might not seem like a far walk, but when your character sprints as slow as ass, it's really grueling on the gameplay. And how do you like this? The game doesn't even start you off with full stats. The shotgun is dog shit. Don't use it. If you love punishing yourself and love pretending to shoot things with a BB gun, then use the shotgun. Or you could just be a real man and use the AK-47 instead.
This is quite honestly the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen in my life. It's one thing to make a shitty game, but like, I was hoping I would have some fun with this experience. You know, usually games give me something to talk about, but what do I say? Like, if you've played Stalker, literally any other game in this style is better than this. Go and buy every single Stalker game. They are all fun. They are all great. It's supposed to be an open world shooter, but there's really no open world aspect to it.
On my second encounter with the human enemies, I realized quickly that there's no stealth mechanic. When enemies see you, they kill you. Plain and simple.
What the fuck? What? Okay, so there's no semblance of stealth. We've established that much. I can run right through anomalies. So what I'm gonna try to do is take care of this this military patrol. I'm gonna try to get past that because I feel like...
To sum up my rant here, I basically said that this game is very scripted. It's not open world at all. I feel like if you were to progress further into the game, you wouldn't find an open world, you would find an ending. Brief update from earlier. I found food, but I wouldn't have known it's food.
Okay, it's food. Why didn't you just make up the name for like a ration? What the fuck is conserve? They couldn't even bother to put animations in.
The sniper rifle also sucks. The weapon sway is outrageous.
Oh my god, the weapon sway.
With nothing but pure luck, I was able to kill my first human enemy.
Hey, I killed him!
My good luck quickly died off, though. As I proceeded up the road, I started getting shot at from some unknown direction. The game has no semblance of hit markers. You never know where you're getting shot from.
The game does not... Oh, there he is. Okay. The game doesn't help you. It doesn't hold your hand. And me thinking that this game has tactics, I'm using foliage for cover, like that matters. Oh, thank fuck.
I managed to kill a second human enemy, but then this happened.
Yeah, that's about what I figured. That's about what I figured.
Bodies don't drop loot, and you can't search them for loot. In an open world survival game, this is key.
So much for an open world survival sandbox. You can't even loot bodies. Were there only two? Oh. There's no stealth, either. Like, you're just expected to run into every situation guns blazing. I want to use that right now. Well, at least I found more supplies, I guess. I'm not really too sure what to do still. Like I said, there's nowhere to go. No object... Oh, okay, that means I can be seen. But where? This game...
At this point, I was tilted, because this was the furthest I had made it.
See, like, how was I supposed to see him when the sound is so fucking... It wouldn't be so bad if I could run faster. Like,
On my third attempt, I found a grenade.
There's a grenade? You can get grenades? Okay, I can't use it. How do I use grenades? Oh, yep, okay, I figured. What a shitty animation. They didn't even animate it.
It's as if you would walk around like this. Come on. Who the fuck walks like this? A freak? They couldn't animate a simple grenade-holding running animation? It couldn't have been that hard.
They didn't even animate that. I wonder how far you can throw grenades. So I'm gonna stick with a new strategy. Apparently going over there, where those soldiers are, is just death. Because you don't have time. There's really no way... Okay. I probably can't just run right past either. But I sure as shit I'm gonna try, because I'm sick of this area, and I want to see more of the quote-end-quote game.
And then we have yet another slap in the face from the devs.
I'm okay. Why would they put loot? Why would they put loot in a spot that kills me in 2 seconds?
Granted, I know I was at low health, but there wasn't even a death scene. I just kind of slowly faded to black and put my gun away. It's embarrassing. It's almost like the game told me itself, hey, you're done.
Okay, I'm gonna give it one more try. This game costs money. I mean, not a lot, but still. What if I stick to the right this time? What if I go right instead of left?
I did find a stream that looked halfway decent graphically, but I'm sure it's just a borrowed asset. But, of course, the game still punishes you because the water gives you radiation damage, and you die within seconds if you stand in it too long.
Oh, I'm dying, of course. Because why wouldn't I be dying? You can't go to that tunnel. You can't go back. You can't go right. You can't go left. So my only assumption is that you have to go through this base. But how do you do that when you are so easy to spot? Like, look at that. And the bullet drop.
All was going fine and fucking dandy until I accidentally hit my Windows key out of frustration.
The Windows key. Oh well. I don't even care.
In conclusion, my taste with vodka was foul, sour, and hideous. It's not worth any sort of money, and it shouldn't be played by anybody. If you've played any sort of game in the Stalker franchise, or literally, like I said, anything else, it's probably a much better option than this.